Yeah, easy. Another book session. Contemplation creates clarity. The easiest place to begin the journey of contemplation is through the mind. As you're reading these words, you are already using your mind to contemplate. This is the first stage of contemplation. You begin to think in depth about yourself and the purpose of your life. This is an ongoing process, so you needn't feel any way anxious about it. There is no right or wrong way. You don't need to sit down in a corner and close your eyes, and you needn't start any kind of special practice. Contemplation is a gentle path, and it begins right here, just with you thinking about your life. As you continue about your day, allow the contemplative stream of thought to simply emerge, and when it wants to, even if it's only for 5 minutes out of the whole day, or even if it's only when you open this book. The important thing to know is that you have now begun your journey. As you move deeper into contemplation and as it moves deeper into you, it has the wonderful effect of clearing your mind as though you had just wiped a grubby window pane with a warm, soapy cloth. Such clarity is genuinely rare in our modern world. As it deepens, you will become deeply respected by others, since a person who can see through miasmas of the mind is someone who can help anyone in almost any situation imaginable. Subtitle: What to Contemplate. There are many things we can use as a point of focus for contemplation, and there are two main approaches we can take. We can choose something that inspires us, or we can choose something that challenges us. If we choose something inspiring, like the action or life of a person whom we deeply admire, or perhaps a book, film, or beautiful song, or something in nature, then our contemplation will begin to lift us up. It will raise our spirit, elevate our mood, and suffuse suffuse us with a sense of peace and wonder. This is one major purpose of learning and mastering contemplation: to increase our capacity for joy and love. The art of contemplation has universal appeal to all personality types. Whether you're visual, kinesthetic, or have a strong logical bent, you can adopt your favorite techniques to the subject of your contemplation. The main point is to use the moment to elevate your own thinking and feeling. If you're visual, then you can use the wonderful power of imagination to create an image of peace, love, or beauty right inside your body and mind. If you're more physically oriented, you can use a physical practice such as running or yoga as a means to purify your thinking and bring focus and clarity to your inner state. As your practice becomes more advanced, you will realize that you can use anything as a subject for contemplation, so long as it inspires and uplifts your spirit. The other purpose of contemplation is to create more clarity in our lives by helping us diffuse challenges. You can begin this process right now if you wish. You can think about the issue that you currently find most challenging in your life and make that the focus of your contemplation. As you begin to wrap your head and heart around this challenge, and as long as you don't pressure yourself in any way, your contemplation will begin to reveal it in a new light. Your mind will stop tensing up whenever you think of this issue, which means you will more easily be able to come to an in or out resolution. This technique is really about holding the problem gently inside yourself and simply breathing into it. This second approach to contemplation leads to wisdom and clarity. You can begin your journey into contemplation by choosing either or both of the two paths. It is recommended that once you have chosen the subject you wish to focus on, whether inspiration, challenge, or both, you stay with that subject until you experience some manner of opening occur inside you. How to contemplate. The actual process of contemplation is pure simplicity, although over time it reveals layer upon layer of depth and nuance. The three techniques in this book will take us into the process in some depth, especially essentially we begin our contemplation by focusing our awareness on something. If we are contemplating a challenge, then we focus on the resolution of the challenge. We hold that goal for as long as we can, and when our awareness drifts away, we simply keep bringing it back gently. There should be no tension in this process. If your life draws you away from the subject, that is fine. You can continue your contemplation later when you remember to. This unforced approach works extremely well over a period of time because your awareness can follow its own inner rhythms. Once begun, contemplation never ends. It goes on all the time, even when we do not realize it. The more often we return to the subject of our contemplation, the deeper it enters into our unconscious mind. It even enters into our dream life. We simply contemplate whenever we feel like contemplating. That is the whole practice. That is the whole practice. If you're able to set aside a specific time each day for contemplation, that will gently enhance the results. In the beginning, you will probably find that your focus regularly drifts away from the subject, and at the end of the day, you may have only spent a short time consciously contemplating. There are also certain times of the day that lend themselves more easily to the contemplative state. When we first wake up and before we go to sleep are examples of such times. We can take full advantage of these times when our awareness naturally turns inwards. Over time, we will also find that we become more conscious of our inner state even during busy times of the day. This can really change the manner in which we approach the many tasks that each day brings us. We find that more and more breath enters into the fabric of our life, and even things we previously considered dull or monotonous begin to take on a new kind of shine. Okay, I believe I had started reading. Yeah, I took on from uh I read part of what I had read before, but I had started some few pages before that. So it's cool. The last time I was recording, yeah, I felt like it was too noisy. Like there was some, yeah, some outside noise. Excuse me. Contemplation creates clarity. The easiest place to begin journey of contemplation is through the mind. As you're reading these words, you're already using your mind to contemplate. You're contemplating on the words. That's what they're talking about. Huh. Okay. Oh, they're talking about the book itself, the whole book, because it's a book on. Yeah, it's called The Art of Contemplation. Gentle path. Okay. Gentle path to wholeness and prosperity. One may confuse gentleness for weakness. Nope. Uh, yeah, you want to be kind to yourself, show yourself compassion, right? Um, your inner child, you owe your inner child that. If you value yourself, if you, yeah, you care about your you care about yourself, you love yourself. First stage of contemplation. Okay, you begin to think in depth about your life or yourself and the purpose of your life. Then they go on to say it's an ongoing process. Take it easy. You don't put pressure on yourself. There's no right or wrong. You're contemplating just by thinking about your life. You don't need to be, it's not like how you got to get into a certain position to meditate or yeah, there's certain things that you yeah, so it's being stated that you don't take much. You just got to be thinking about your life, about your purpose. And you got your thoughts going, you got your mind going, you're starting to think about this. And now that is the process of contemplation. It has started. And yeah, it don't matter how brief you do that. The process has started. Yeah, and you can. It talks about how you can mind can zone out. You can get away from what you were thinking about. You thinking about yeah yourself and what you hear, like what's your purpose and stuff, and go back to like Oh, excuse me. You can go back to thinking about something else, work, your family, like your kid or something. You just your mind is just yeah. So that's already the first stage. As you move deeper into contemplation, and as it moves deeper into you, so it clears your mind like a window pane with a warm soapy cloth. Hmm. Then goes on to talk about the kind of clarity you're going to gain. You gain from practicing this, getting started on this is rare in our modern world. Depends. So you become a deep person, like it's like you, I don't know if that's the word, unraveling the layers, the dimensions to a human being. Yeah, that you could be helpful. You could be, yeah, in different circumstances, in different situations. You're not doing it so that you could be, you're doing it for yourself, for what it could do for self. But in that process, unless you be staying alone, unless you're in the forest, uh, somewhere where you keeping to yourself, then yeah, it will not just affect you, it will affect those close to you. And it's a good thing. So positively. Yeah. Uh yeah. What to contemplate. You what to focus on. What to focus when you contemplating. Then it goes to say there are two approaches that can be taken. So you can choose something that inspires you, or you can choose something that challenges you. If you choose something inspiring like the action or life of a person whom we deeply admire, or perhaps a book, a film, or a beautiful song, or something in nature, then our contemplation will begin to lift us up. So you choose something inspiring. Okay. So what will you, yeah, you contemplate on what inspires you. It's gonna lift you up. It will raise your spirit, elevate your mood, and suffuse suffuse you or the people practicing it, if it's multiple people, with a sense of peace and wonder. This is one major purpose of learning and mastering contemplation. So, for joy and the richness of what is inspiring you, and some of these things, yeah, so they have to increase our capacity, to increase one's capacity for joy and love. The art of contemplation has universal appeal to all personality types. Whether you're visual, you can adopt your favorite technique to the subject of your contemplation. The main point is to use the moment to elevate your own thinking and feeling. The main point is to use the main point is to use the moment to elevate your own thinking and feeling. So the contemplation process, and as you get better, but then here is being used, it's being simplified to a moment. That tells me how potent it is. So yeah, that practice will have you. So it said you can focus on something that inspires you or challenges you. We already talked about like the it will inspire you. What we when you focus on something that inspires you, it increases the capacity of what? Of joy, of love. And now we're talking about the main point is to use the moment. The main point is to use the potency, the potency, the gift that you've been granted by practicing the contemplation will elevate your thinking, it will elevate your feeling. If you're visual, then you can use the wonderful power of imagination to create an image of peace, love, or beauty right inside your body and mind. If you're more physically oriented, you can use a physical practice such as running or yoga as a means to purify your thinking and bring focus and clarity to your inner state. Physical practice, So for you even to say, yeah. So yeah, with the physical practice, running, walking, yoga, uh, practices that involve doing a physical activity, right? It talks about purifying your thinking, that's clearing your thinking, and bringing focus and clarity to your inner state. So this, yeah, there's practices, physical practices that will clear your mind, and they will improve on your mind fortitude, mind state. Then it goes on to say it can be used. Yeah, the more you become advanced at it, you can use anything as a subject for contemplation, as long as it inspires and uplifts your spirit. So inspire or challenge. And so some that challenge you and you go for it, eventually what it will do? You feel good about attaining that, knowing that you got the capability that will lift up your spirit. So inspire, challenge, and also the thinking. So because it will clear your thinking, you clarity, you gain clarity. Uh, the other purpose of contemplation is to create more clarity in our lives. You mentioned that, okay. But okay, in our lives by helping us diffuse challenges. Yeah, and then it goes on to say you can begin this process right now. You can think about an issue that you currently find challenging in your life and make that a focus of contemplation. You begin to wrap your head and heart around this challenge. As long as you don't pressure yourself, you begin to reveal it. Your contemplation will begin to reveal it in a new light. You look at it in a different way, right? So it will broaden your thinking because there's less fog or none at all mental, right? The mental fog. Uh-huh. You'll be more at ease when you think about it. The more you think about, oh, when you, because you're looking at it, you're looking at the challenge. You're trying to approach it differently. You're looking at it differently. Yeah, so you'll be able to more easily be able to come to an inner or outer resolution. Technique is really about holding the problem gently inside yourself. Yeah, this technique, okay. Gently inside yourself and simply breathing into it. This technique is really about holding the problem gently inside yourself and simply breathing into it. A second approach to contemplation leads to wisdom and clarity. So when they talk about holding the problem gently inside yourself, you're bringing it closer to get a closer look, and you're looking at this thing from different angles, because with the contemplation it's expanded your mind, it's expanding your consciousness. So even the way you what challenged you before, it's gonna be much easier because you're not jumping into it, you're not rushing yourself into it only to get stuck, only to, you know, this and that had to happen, and yeah, you it's like a yeah, it's like a beam of light. So when something in a shadow presents itself, you're able to, right, and you're looking at the challenges, a shadow or something, you're able to see the root. You're trying to be able to see what's the cause of it, what's, you know, yeah, what caused it, what can be done, being able to inner or outer a resolution, not even solution, resolution, breathing into it. So breathing into it, when they talk about that, this is, yeah, a negative mind, and start seeing like, oh, barriers and this and that. There's like walls, there's like shadow, there's like darkness, and you not being able to see properly. But breathing into it, breathe life. So that is, what is it? You breathe. I'm relating that breathing into it as, yeah, the way you more light, you know, the way you could give your life light. So you're looking at it with more positivity, with more with the light, with light potency, that no matter how dark it may seem, no matter how challenging it may seem, you know, with this beam of light, through this power of this power of the art of contemplation, you're able to see through things. You're able to break through. You're able to see through. You're able to see within something, and because you're looking within yourself and you get deep with yourself, you go to the root cause of, right? Hence, you taking on the contemplation thing. So yeah, with the different, with like you could use it for your as the personal for your person, like personally, and then even with those, that knowledge, that wisdom, you can use it for now, like when you say personally, like now that pertains to mostly the, the inner world, the reach, the your inner world, what you know for yourself, what you are discovering about yourself, what you are looking into yourself, what you're looking to better about yourself, improve, adjust, do away, what when you're looking to do away with this something, uh yeah, that's not aligning with you, not going with what you going for. After gaining the clarity, after you getting some of this information, and you even as you go farther, you're already reaping the benefits before you even done understanding the whole thing about how, because you just, yeah, it's a easy, like it's an easiness type thing, type way of gentle, hence the, gentle path to wholeness and prosperity. You can begin your journey into contemplation by choosing either or both of the two paths above. It is recommended that once you have chosen the subject you wish to focus on, whether the inspiration, challenge, or both, you stay with that subject until you experience some manner of opening occur inside you. Whether it be, what inspires you, or what is challenging you. I like to take some time and think about which one would I prefer, which one would I pick if I had to choose. Some that inspires me or some that challenges me. I'd say what challenges me, because with the inspiration, I draw inspiration from different things, and that's not always, yeah. That comes easier, more natural. I could use, yeah, with what could prove to be challenging. So you contemplate about it for what? For wisdom, for clarity. Should I face challenges? Mm, help you become more relaxed even about it, about, yeah, well, what you're yet to have figured out, but you're in the process of it. You started, you're contemplating about it, so you're somewhere. Yeah, I'll stop for now here. I'm out.